and welcome back to my channel. This week I'm going to be showing you guys how to work with sodium silicate on the wheel. And if you're not familiar with what sodium silicate is, it is a chemical solution that you will typically find at any pottery store. You can also find it on Amazon, but it's a solution that potters will use to sort of get a crackle-like effect on their pots. And what I mean by crackle-like effect is kind of something like this. It, to me, looks like bark or like kind of like dried riverbed, but essentially what sodium silicate does is it creates a harder outer surface when you are throwing on the wheel when used with a heat gun, and you can kind of use it to your advantage to, you know, get that crackle-like effect. And I know that probably doesn't make sense right now, but it will after this video. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you're gonna need is your pottery wheel, your sodium silicate. Please use some sort of brush you do not care about because it will not be coming back after this. I go with the foam brush because they're like 50 cents at any hardware store, but any sort of like crappy big brush from Michael's or anything like that will work totally fine. And then you're going to need your pottery wheel, of course, your clay, and a heat gun. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, everyone, so this is where we're going to stop to apply our sodium silicate. So we're gonna go grab this and our brush and dip this in and add a generous amount to the outer surface of this. I think that's about good. Then we're going to grab our heat gun and we're going to apply it to the outside of this until this is stiff enough that we can actually hold on to it. So let's go ahead and give that a go. So this is at the point where I can touch this entire outside and not end up with clay all over my fingers. Now you're probably wondering why I stopped in this position to start doing this. The whole reason for that is I've gotten the height that I want. I have the wall thickness that I want all the way down. In my earlier videos, I always talk about when you are throwing your height before you make your shape. So always go up before you go out. And I want this to be a little bit more of like a cappuccino type mug. So I start with getting my height to where I want it. So all I have to do is do my shaping. So from this point forward, I'm not going to be touching the outside, I'm just going to be touching the inside. Now, essentially, this has created kind of a stiffer barrier on the outside. The inside of this is still very soft and malleable, and that is kind of what we're going for. So that way I'm still gonna be able to throw this, and the only thing that's gonna get affected is the surface on the outside. So I will show you what I mean once we start doing this. Keep in mind that from when you apply your sodium silicate to the shape that it's going to be, the further that difference is, so if I'm starting something really small like this to something pretty wide, that's going to end up having that cracked effect much deeper and much thicker than it would be if I were just to be going from like here to here. So I'll kind of show you once we start doing this. So you can probably see from, let me lift this up, how this is starting to look. Now, if you only want a decoration that shallow and that thin, then we can go ahead and stop. So we really didn't have to push that far out. Now for me, I like my stuff really exaggerated, so I'm gonna go a bit further, and you're gonna see how those cracks end up starting to spread apart into deeper textures. You do want to be careful that you don't end up pushing this so far though that it rips, because it will have a tendency to do that because of the fact that you are kind of down a layer of clay. Now, when you are throwing with one hand, it can be very difficult to keep this on centered. You may use the outside hand just lightly enough that you don't destroy your pattern here if you need stability. Sometimes we all need a little support there. And I think I'm right at about the place that I want to stop. Now, my top does always get a little wonky during this process, so I do always like to kind of leave a little bit extra so I can cut it later. You do want to be careful though, because it's not going to be as smooth as if you were to be wiring off that edge without the sodium silicate, because it does leave a tougher layer to cut through. We're gonna clean up this bottom edge, because the thing about this stuff too is that once you have this on here, especially towards the bottom, it really isn't gonna trim nicely. So you wanna get your piece as close to possible, or you wanna get your piece as close to finish as possible while it's still on the wheel and this wet, because once it's not wet, it's gonna be kind of hard. So you can see how this is a bit of a deeper like crack here. Sometimes it'll be a little bit more on some sides than others, but overall we're looking pretty good. So there you have it, guys. That is how to use sodium silicate on the wheel. This is not the only use for it. You can definitely use this in hand building. That's just kind of the general way that I like to use it personally. I will probably do a video in the future on how to kind of incorporate that into hand-built and sculptural pieces as well, and give you different tips on that. But I hope that this video was helpful, and if you liked it, go ahead and hit like, subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching.